The Miami Dolphins organization has decided to part ways with head coach Mike McDaniel, closing a 4-year chapter that, despite moments of brilliance, ultimately fell short of playoff success. The team's postseason victory drought now stands as the longest in the league, a stubborn ghost haunting the franchise since the turn of the century. This move expands the landscape of NFL head coaching vacancies to a staggering 8, meaning a full quarter of the league's franchises are now in search of new leadership. The timing of this decision is the first layer of intrigue. After surviving the annual purge known as Black Monday and even appearing secure following a respectable finish to the season, McDaniel's sudden dismissal on Thursday feels like a seismic shift. It raises an immediate question: what changed in those 72 hours to alter his fate so completely? The answer seems to point toward a single, monumental event in the coaching market: the unexpected availability of a Super Bowl winning coach in Baltimore. The theory gaining traction is that the Dolphins' entire calculus shifted when John Harbaugh hit the open market. Miami's leadership, perhaps sensing a rare opportunity to land a proven, elite-tier coach, may have executed a dramatic pivot. It's a bold, even presumptuous strategy, to fire your current coach in the hope of securing another who has no formal ties to your organization. This gamble underscores a potential desperation within the Dolphins' front office to finally shatter their cycle of mediocrity. Beyond the Harbaugh speculation, the decision likely represents a broader organizational conclusion. Yes, the team finished above .500 and showed fight, but the foundational issues remain profound. The franchise is concurrently searching for a new general manager, appears poised to move on from its starting quarterback in Tua Tagovailoa, and faces financial constraints with a tricky salary cap situation. Viewed through this lens, firing McDaniel isn't just about the coach, it's the first, definitive step toward a full-scale rebuild, an admission that incremental progress is no longer enough for a fan base starving for January football. This leads to the critical question of attractiveness. Beyond the obvious allure of South Florida's weather and tax benefits, how appealing is the Dolphins' head coaching job from a pure football perspective? The answer is complicated. For a coach like Harbaugh, presumed to be the crown jewel of this cycle, the football landscape in Miami presents significant hurdles. The roster is at an inflection point, not a peak. The quarterback position is a giant question mark, with Tagovailoa's future elsewhere seeming increasingly probable and no clear heir apparent on the roster or in a favorable draft position. The salary cap issues limit immediate, aggressive moves in free agency to patch holes. Any coach taking this job must therefore embrace a long-term vision, understanding that the first year or two will likely involve lean results and difficult personnel decisions. This is not a ready-made contender, it is a foundational project. The allure is the challenge of being the architect who finally restores a historic franchise to relevance, but it requires patience from both the coach and an ownership group historically short on it. While Miami searches for its new leader, the coach they just fired will have no shortage of suitors. Mike McDaniel, universally regarded as one of the sport's most innovative offensive minds, is poised for a rapid re-entry into the NFL ecosystem. His next role, however, is a fascinating subplot. Will he immediately re-enter the head coaching carousel, or is a return to the offensive coordinator ranks more likely? Reports already link him to vacancies, including a potential reunion in Cleveland where he once served as an assistant. Yet, the most compelling opportunities for McDaniel might be the premier offensive coordinator openings, where he can focus solely on crafting an elite attack without the overarching managerial burdens of a head coach. Consider the possibilities. The Detroit Lions boast an embarrassment of riches with talents like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, and David Montgomery. The Washington Commanders offer the chance to mentor a young phenom in Jaden Daniels. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers feature a receiving core of Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and John-Michael Ibuka that any play caller would covet. For McDaniel, the fall from a head coaching role may be soft, landing him in a situation where his schematic genius can immediately flourish again. The coaching carousel spins beyond Miami, creating parallel stories of instability and uncertainty. In Atlanta, the Falcons are undergoing a complete organizational overhaul, seeking both a new general manager and head coach. Amid this chaos, owner Arthur Blank has publicly anointed Michael Penix Jr. as the franchise's quarterback of the future. This declaration feels less like a firm football evaluation and more like a statement of necessity. With Kirk Cousins likely to be released and Penix still on his cost-controlled rookie deal, the incoming regime will be handcuffed to evaluating the young left-hander, at least for the short term. Blank's vote of confidence is a pragmatic placeholder, a message to candidates that they must work with the pieces already in the building. The reality is that Penix, coming off another significant knee injury, represents a monumental question mark. The new brain trust's first major task will be to determine if he is the solution or merely a bridge to the next quarterback search, making Atlanta's opening another long-term project rather than an instant turnaround job. This theme of instability is perhaps most starkly illustrated in Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers, after missing the playoffs, have dismantled their offensive staff, parting ways with coordinator Josh Grizzard and several other assistants. This means Baker Mayfield, in the final year of his contract, will be working with his fifth different offensive coordinator in as many seasons. This relentless churn is a recipe for stagnation, undermining any chance for the continuity and deep systemic understanding that elevates great offenses. Mayfield, who revitalized his career in Tampa, now faces another year of learning a new language, building new trust, and proving himself all over again. The staff overhaul, while stopping short of firing head coach Todd Bowles, places him squarely on the hottest of seats for the 2026 season. If the new coordinator fails to ignite the offense, the consequences will be twofold: the end of the Bowles era and potentially another disruptive career pivot for Mayfield. It's a high-stakes gamble that threatens to squander the prime of a talented roster. Conversely, in Indianapolis, we see a franchise opting for stability at quarterback despite a devastating injury. Colts GM Chris Ballard has expressed clear, unwavering confidence in Daniel Jones as the team's short and long-term answer, even as Jones recovers from a torn Achilles. This faith is born from a combination of necessity and proven performance. The Colts' nightmare cycle of starting a different Week 1 quarterback in 8 of 9 seasons is a pathology they are desperate to cure. In Jones, they saw not just a competent player, but the catalyst for an 8-2 start that positioned them as the NFL's best team before his injury and their subsequent collapse. Ballard's public support is a strategic embrace of the known. The league is littered with examples of veteran quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, finding success in their second act. Indianapolis believes Jones is the next in that lineage. The injury may affect the structure of his next contract, perhaps leading to a franchise tag or a shorter-term prove-it deal, but it hasn't shaken their belief in the player. In a landscape of chaos, the Colts are betting that continuity, even with a significant rehab process attached, is their surest path back to contention. The firing of Mike McDaniel, therefore, is not an isolated event. It is a catalyst that exposes the broader tensions and philosophies shaping the NFL. It highlights the stark difference between franchises like Miami and Atlanta, willing to embrace full resets, and those like Indianapolis, seeking to stabilize a specific position. It underscores the precarious nature of success for coaches like Todd Bowles and players like Baker Mayfield, whose fates are tied to an ever-changing support structure. And it reaffirms that in today's NFL, the only true constant is change itself, sometimes arrived at slowly, and sometimes, as in Miami, with a sudden, startling swiftness that sends ripples across the entire league.